So I sprayed all this poison ivy last week. I normally do a couple of sprays, so this looks a whole lot better in terms of coming in here to weed whack it. See, this is onion. At the bottom of that is onion. Oh, look at some of that. That turned out real good. Hooray. Pleased. So, I didn't bring the spray this week. I should have. And could have gotten deeper down. That's alright. There's been no rain for a week. But it's supposed to rain on Thursday. So I mowed this last week. And trimmed. And I took out one of the hardest parts about the landscaping bit is getting people to understand that you have to wait to take out things if you're not going to pull them by hand. But that looks fantastic right now. Squirrel. Whoop. So this was all a whole bunch of green shooting up each one of these mounds. And oh, that's a plant, that's why. Okay. This whole slope thing. Now this, I would generally only do once a month, and maybe not even that. But you can see all these mounds. That stuff right there has a whole bunch of metal, metal, in there, and I'm not really willing to stick my weed whacker in there. And without a place to put it, I'm not willing to move it, because the only place to move it right now is in the path of where I would mow. That log should probably get moved, but it's one of those things. It's like what you can see and what you can't see. Let's see this hillock. Really doesn't look that bad. What the real problem here, I gotta move that wood someday, but that's money. And and that's difficult. Money from a widow. No, that's pretty easy. But look at that. That doesn't really look this bad. The problem is the weeds. I came and hand pulled weeds here last year on that whole front that we're coming up on. And then this year she had me put down weed and feed, which I thought worked pretty good. But of course the person that expects ultimate restoration isn't gonna notice that when there's what I pulled up were these things. And so some have come back, but it's also not even June. So I mowed this last week. Technically, I'm only mowing once a week, but I told her I'd come and do cleanup mows on the off week. These plants, they actually don't look that bad. I came and whacked all this. But, you know, I'm not the gardener. I think that's the hardest part for people to understand. Like, this is Mrs. Scott, and when we contracted, I told her I wasn't a gardener. I cut grass and I weed whack, and I'll weed whack, and then supposedly she was going to take care of the beds. I'd also take care of the bushes, trim them as they need them, and they've come back real nice. Her roses are real beautiful. But then the next year, she started like trying to insist on me doing some gardening as well. And I'm like, no, that's on contract basis. But we'll figure it out. I am so pleased. This is one application of bleach. One. On poison ivy. And it's done a fantastic job. So, compared to the real deal, oh no, for this is trying to find the mother roots, the mother vines, because this stuff, well, I've killed mother vines around here already, taking them off, took them off the trees, sorry, took them off the trees. So I think most everything else that's down here is from seeds. So that's a difficult thing, because all of these vines that are creeping up this way want to get, they want to get up a trunk, because they want sunlight up there to feed the roots down here. But it'll be fun. This should be pretty quick today. I'm surprised. I'm glad. I'm not surprised because we haven't had any rain. And if you watched any of my videos last month, the lesson we learned was rain falls, sun shines, grass grows. But the thing that a lot of people don't understand is, just because you don't like seeing clover tops, I don't want to do that. No, I don't. I want the grass to grow, and I want the grass to grow to seed. And then when it's gone to seed, then I want to mow. Or I want you to pay me a whole lot of money. a lot of money to throw down seed and topsoil. And that's ridiculously expensive. But people just want me to mow away the ugly stuff. So we're going to keep it on 6. And I'm going to buzz around here. And then I'm going to buzz this house but I didn't mow. I only mowed the edges last week because the rest of the grass is looking great and healthy, and that's what we want it to look like. And I'll mow my brother's house, and then, as I was pointing out before, I have bushes to trim over here, quite a number of bushes and trees and whatnot, so that I can mow closer without having to use the weed whacker, amongst the things that I am allergic to, which is holly. Not allergic to the poison ivy, am allergic to the holly. Yes, I am. This will itch for like a week with holly. But this is what the people want. This is what they're going to get. Cheers, if you up.